So this is a gameplay video of Orbz, which is the project that I've been working on for the last couple of months. Now, Orbz is a 2D logic puzzle game with elements similar to Sudoku. Basically, the player must place a certain amount of game pieces onto the game board without breaking any of the rules. Now, the puzzle grids are a bit smaller, but the game pieces are more complex, so it evens out. Now, right now, the game is pretty close to completion. Basically, all of the mechanics have been implemented. The framework is complete, such as, saving level progression between play sessions, being able to toggle off the audio, etc. I am missing a few of the art pieces for the art and tutorial elements still, but I have the placeholder systems built already. I just need the art to finish those out. So I'm going to show you what Orbz is and how it plays. So basically, I'll go ahead and start out at level 1, just so that I can get you introduced to the game. So this is designed to be a very easy level so that the players can get used to the game without getting too lost. So as you can see, I've got two types of orbs on the far left here, and I have two of each. Now the top one is the fire orb, the bottom one is the water orb. Now they extend out to two squares to the right and left, and I'll go ahead and show you what the fire orb does. Now you noticed that I ended up breaking some of the orbs there because fire basically damages and destroys any of the unenchanted orbs. So if I place a water first, the water effect that you see will actually protect the orbs from fire. So if I go ahead and drop a fire down now, they're protected and they don't break. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on the bottom row as well. And now I ended up completing the level because I placed all of the orbs on the left hand side. Now, like level 2, basically you see that we have 5 fire orbs and 3 water orbs. This is, again, just a very simple level, but it is to teach the player basically how to conserve their defensive water orbs, especially when they have more of the offensive orbs that they have to worry about. So I'm going to go ahead and drop some water orbs here in the middle, and make sure that all of my blank or unenchanted orbs end up having coverage. So now that I can drop in all of the fire orbs and again beat the level. Now level 3 here is the first level that introduces the lightning orb. Now I'm going to show you what the lightning orb does real quick. It strikes everything below it in a straight line. So if I put it at the top here, you see that it will strike everything in those 2 squares below it. Now, it doesn't react with fire, so I can put fire here. However, electricity and water have never really gone well together. So if, let's say, I put the water orb over to the right here, you'll notice that it ended up chaining the lightning, and then it shattered. So electrifying the water will break any of the orbs that are covered in water, essentially. So same thing if I end up putting the water orb up top. So again, it ends up chaining and they break. So I'm going to put the lightning orb over here on the right hand side. Now if you see these 3 open spaces in the middle, you may notice that, and that's great for fire orbs because it means I can place one over on the edge without having to place a water in the middle. So now that I'm down to 2 fire and 2 water, I can go ahead and place those to complete the level. Now for the last set, I need to make sure the water is on the left side here just because if I place it on the right, again, it will chain into the lightning. So, there we go. I've completed the level. Now I'm going to skip ahead to level 6 here, because this introduces the Earth Orb. Now the Earth Orb is, it doesn't project an effect like the first 3, but it blocks effects. So if, let's say, I put the Lightning Orb here, you can see that it doesn't continue down like it normally would, just like this. And then same with the Fire Orb. You'll notice that it doesn't continue on past the Earth Orb. But you have to be careful because that does the same thing for water. Let me reset this real quick. So if, let's say, I needed water protection on this blank orb here in the middle, and if I put that Earth Orb in between, it becomes unprotected. So it's very important that the player ends up not blocking off the effects that they want as well. So let me jump up to level 11 here, which introduces the 5th orb type that I have in currently. Now this is a Void Orb, and the Void Orb drains magic essentially. So because of the obstacle orbs are unenchanted, basically they don't have any magic and are not harmed by this, so I could drop one in. Now you'll see it has kind of a plus effect range. Now, because it drains magic, it will stop any effect from, or it will nullify any effect in that space. So if I were to drop a Fire Orb over here off to the right, normally that Fire Orb would reach that unenchanted orb to the left. However, the Void Orb ended up protecting it. Now, the other thing, because it is a double-edged sword, there are a couple things that the Void Orb can break. Now, the Void Orb will break other magical orbs like fire, water, lightning, or earth, because it drains the magic from those areas. So again, I'll put a Void Orb above that Fire Orb, and it ends up essentially draining the magic from the orb and breaking it, forcing the player to start over. The other thing on the Void Orb is that it ends up chaining. So just to make it a bit more difficult, because it is very powerful and it's currently the last orb that you encounter, if 2 orbs chain together, as in their effects touch. So if I were to put another Void Orb here, you can see that the Void Orb effects chain together, and basically that causes a reaction that it makes one shatter. So basically that's what I've got right now. Like I said, the mechanics are pretty much implemented. I am working on a 6th orb type, as well as another gameplay mode variation. But all of the entire framework of the game is complete, and I'm just working on more content at this point. So yeah, hope you like it.